Okay, everyone, it is April 16th, 2013, Tuesday, 3:53 p.m. Central Standard Time. Um, oh, I look like crap. Um, but, yeah, new location-ish. This is my room. That is our curtain until we can save up to get an actual one. There's a little bit of light that's coming out from the bottom, as you can see, which wakes us up very early in the morning. So we haven't been sleeping too good since we switched rooms. We currently lost our roommate. Don't really want to get into too many details here, but basically they up and left, and they were supposed to pay the rent to the landlord, and they didn't, so we ended up having to pay it again. So yeah, but I didn't really want to do a video blog because one, I look like crap, and two, the video's quality kind of is I my heart goes out to the victims of the Boston tragedy that occurred yesterday, and I just want to say that despite, some people's theories on what happened, who did it, who's behind it, what's the reason, that shit in the long run doesn't really matter. What matters is that, evil struck. And it was wrong. And the fact that so many people, risked their lives to help save others yesterday is, our way as the good guys saying, you can knock us down, but we'll get right back up again. And I think that is the whole point of existing in this universe, is that no matter what happens, you have to be able to get back up, dust yourself off, and help other people get up and help dust them off too. It's humanity is striving and needing so badly to be unified. There's something within us that feels a longing to be connected to everybody else. And even if you're a loner or a hermit or a recluse, it doesn't matter. You still have that urge within you. It's just some people, they have gotten tired of humanity because, let's face it, there are stupid people out there. But there's not as many stupid people as one would think. And believe me, I have, a ton of people that I consider friends, online, and they're not stupid, and the random idiot that I meet, at the store or walking down the sidewalk or whatever, that's just random. It's comic relief, in the end when I think about it later. But in the long run, there's a lot more smart people than there are dumb people in this world. Some people will use that smartness to, take advantage of people that aren't as smart, or they'll use that intelligence to help educate people. It all depends on, it just all depends on what their motivation is, really. I mean, and it's sad and unfortunate, that all of a sudden, you've got conspiracy theorists or truthers, running amok, going, oh, it's this, oh, they're doing this because of that, oh, there was scheduled training exercises for bomb threats, on the same day, what a coinky-dink. It's like, okay, fine, have your research, draw your own conclusions. If that makes you feel better, if that makes you feel, making sense out of all this makes you feel better, then go for it. But don't ram it down people's throats. Don't, shove people in it. I used to be a fan of Alex Jones, but it seemed like the more I watched him, he just seems like he is a fearmonger. And then there's Mark Dice, who he seemed like a very intelligent source of information. He belittles people. So it's like, okay, if you have this knowledge, why bash people over the head with it? Why not just share it and say, hey, you don't have to believe me, do your own research, but this is the conclusion I came up with. You know, what's wrong with sharing knowledge in a non-confrontational, totally neutral standpoint? Alright? Whenever I feel deeply about something, I don't try to scare people into believing what I believe. I don't try to intimidate people into believing what I believe. I share those thoughts and opinions about certain things with a select few, and if they disagree with me, they disagree with me. There's no problem with that. I like to just kind of, bat ideas around with people sometimes, just, because, my point of view isn't always going to be the right one, and I know that. And I embrace other people's points of view. And go, hey, you know what? I'm thinking this way, but you're thinking a totally different way. Let's, take me on your train of thought. Explain to me exactly, how you think and feel about this and how you got to that conclusion. And then something about what they're saying, it's like, that makes a lot of sense. And I either can agree with them or go, that's cool, that's interesting, but I'm going to stick with my stance. And there's no problem with that. The people that I share some of those ideas and stuff with, they know that I'm going to either agree or disagree, and there's no animosity. And I just don't understand why the world can't frickin' do that. Why people have to, go, these people are wrong, I'm right, kiss my ass, da-da-da-da, and just be real uptight about it. That's what evil wants. Evil wants people to be separated. If we actually unified as humanity, okay? It has nothing to do with the color of your skin. It has nothing to do with what your spirituality is. It has nothing to do with how much education you have, what your financial situation is. All that shit is just dividers, okay? That's how they, evil, wants people to be. They want people to be divided because it's easier to control us, okay? It's a lot easier to control us into, because we're constantly fighting amongst ourselves. Why? What is the point of fighting about all this if we just unify and go, hey, you know what? We're all people. We all came to Earth one of two ways. And I've said this before. We've all come onto this planet one of two ways. We were either pushed out of a crotch or cut out of a gut. Okay? There's no other way that we could possibly come to Earth, okay? And so, okay, friend of mine, she happens to be black. So, she has more pigment in her skin. Makes no difference to me. She's still a person. She's still a human being. Another friend of mine is Catholic. So, what she believes, that's her own personal spiritual journey. I believe in something different, but you know what? I was raised as a Christian for most of my life, so I understand where she's coming from. Doesn't make me think of her any less. My boyfriend, he is Christian, and he is also a juggalo. Obviously, I have no problem with that. I love him dearly, and I share a lot of the similar views with him. And what we disagree on, we talk about, and we can come to a common ground. That's all it really is. That's the whole point. Okay? Is we just gotta unify as humanity. Okay? Instead of looking at all the little dividers that divide us all up, let's lump ourselves back together and go, hey, you know what? We're all human beings first. That's what's really important. We're all people. It makes no difference. All those little labels. Okay, it's like, okay, it's like sorting. We're treating people like we sort our laundry. Okay? But here's the thing, though, okay? We're not laundry. We're human beings with feelings and a heart and a soul and a mind, you know, and I wish people would just understand that. So, that's about all. I am the Yippie Chick, and I wish you all a good day. Peace, love, and duck face.